Joe Douglas has struggled to assemble an offensive line. Well, that is about to change. The New York Jets got lucky with the Senior Bowl, and they are in a prime spot to get their next tackle. J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets! I am all sorts of excited for this, and if you guys don't know what the Senior Bowl is, you're missing out. This is where all the hidden gems of the NFL draft are found. The New York Jets were able to get Jermaine Johnson, Jeremy Ruckert, a whole bunch of guys. Puka Nacua winds up coming from the Senior Bowl last year. Like, there's always studs that come out from the Senior Bowl, and Jeff Ulbrich is going to be the coach of it this year, at least for the national team, and I am all sorts of excited about it because one of the top offensive linemen that is squarely in position for the New York Jets at number 10 has fallen on the New York Jets team, and I can't wait to get into it with you guys. But before we do, got to thank the fantastic sponsor of the channel, SKG Tax. The New York Jets practice and play in New Jersey. This tax season, Jets fans may struggle with their state tax identity. If you are a fan and can't determine how to report your income, call JR the Tax Czar for all your multi-state tax questions. Don't go on the road to another state as a wild card filer. Hire yourself a CPA to game plan and defend your home turf. JR, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I am all sorts of excited, boys and girls. All sorts of excited. I get jazzed about the Senior Bowl anyway, but when we have a need at a major position and we have an inside track, we have a coach, we have the head coach going down there, and probably our most competent coach that I really like, Jeff Ulbrich, heading down to the Senior Bowl. He's coaching up the national team. We got to see his wide receivers coming out. Now we're looking a little bit at the offensive linemen. Those got released yesterday, and I am all sorts of excited because Jeff Ulbrich is our defensive coordinator. He's going to be able to throw the book at these offensive linemen and see how they react to one of the best defenses in the NFL and their schemes and everything like that. So I am all sorts of pumped up for this particular thing. So let's hop into it. Let's take a look at our Senior Bowl roster. This is for the offensive linemen. So as you guys can see, I kind of highlighted circles or squares rather. Man, I got to get Shay to teach me my shapes right now. My rectangles are colored based on round according to NFL Draft Buzz, but the one we're really talking about here is Talise Fuaga. This guy has been an absolute stud in college, and he is positioned to potentially be the Jets' future tackle at the top of the draft here. So I am really, really looking forward to this. Now, there's a few other guys you could take a look at. Jordan Morgan, if you wanted to slide down a little bit. Troy Fautanu out of Washington as well. And then on the other side, we got some interior offensive linemen. You're talking a little bit of guard, center, Jackson Powers Johnson. Cooper Bebe is another popular name that Jet fans are going to want to take a look at. So lots of really, really talented players here, but I want to key in on the offensive lineman, Mr. Talise Fuaga. This is absolutely massive for the New York Jets. He's a 6'6", 334-pound right tackle. So it's not a left tackle, unfortunately, a right tackle. I'm not making the same mistake we made with Mekhi Becton, where we took a left tackle over a better right tackle purely because of positional need. Got to take the best offensive lineman on the board. That's going to be here for a long time. So one thing I really love about Fuaga is he's a team captain. The New York Jets prioritize that in the first round primarily because you are sending a signal to the rest of your team that this is the type of player that the New York Jets are all about. And a team captain is exactly what does that. Sauce, Garrett, Jermaine, all these guys, studs on their team, and it helps hold together a locker room. And this locker room really should have spiraled out of control from what we've seen in years past. This year, they actually stuck together through hell and high water. And, there's some leaks and stuff like that, but I think it could have gone a whole lot worse. He has 1,564 snaps at right tackle, and he is described as a violent son of a batch of cookies. And I love it. This dude finishes his blocks. He will drive dudes to the ground. Like, you want pancakes? Dude, serving them up all day. All day. Playing in the Senior Bowl, like I said, and it's the most important thing for him because he had the 83rd strength of schedule. That was the weakest of the offensive tackles that are towards the top end of the draft. So can he stack up against some of the best competition in college football? The Senior Bowl is going to be a really good opportunity for him to show just that. I would love, honestly, to see him play left tackle a little bit since Ulbricht's got a little bit more control. Have him go to either side and just see if it's possible for him to flip on left tackle, right tackle, that sort of thing, positional flexibilities. He has 12 career penalties, so really not a penalized person. I think Mekhi Becton had over 12. I think he had like 18 on the year for this season. Fuaga's got it in 4. Big board-wise, you got Pro Football Focus coming in at number 11, NBC Sports at 14, Pro Football Network number 15, CBS Sports 22, and NFL Draft Buzz number 27. And those guys are probably going to slowly move up the board as we get more and more info on him, both at the Senior Bowl, the Combine, Pro Days, all that sort of stuff. His Pro Football Focus grades are absolutely electric. I love this. Now, the one thing that needs to be a major concern for Jet fans is the Chicago Bears, unfortunately. They are picking at number 9, one pick in front of the New York Jets, and they could use an offensive lineman. And unfortunately, the Bears offensive line coach is the national team's offensive line coach. So on top of like Ulbrich getting like a good look at this, the team right in front of us is going to get an even better look as a positional coach for this particular guy. Now, I love it because, you know, Jeff Ulbrich can throw the kitchen sink at Fuaga and see if he's able to handle some of the best defensive schemes in the NFL. But you're kind of like hoping that the Bears go a different direction. Maybe if they go offensive lineman, maybe the Jets end up going wide receiver or something like that. So it could flip a little bit. But man, Fuaga is going to be a really exciting player for the New York Jets, sitting at number 10. I said before in my top 5 players that I would look at number 10, I think he's going to ultimately end up being the betting favorite. You just saw Daniel Jeremiah mock him to the New York Jets instead of left tackle Olu Fashanu, who fell beyond the Jets from pick number 10. So I'm looking forward to this. I think there's a lot of excitement here for the New York Jets. I want to hear from you guys. Which players on this offensive line are you most intrigued about? Do you want to see Fuaga? Are you looking at maybe some other players that I'm not keying in on too closely? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, go Jets.